Howdy, this is Mitchell Whittington from the Visit Jefferson YouTube channel. Back in the 1800s, during Jefferson's heyday as a riverport, citizens began evolving the town from a Wild West atmosphere to a genteel, civilized city. Cultural events were brought to town, and a stately library for the citizens was envisioned. Soon, the city boasted a 200-volume library in a building on Walnut Street. The fee for a library card at that time was a whopping $1. The local library association, wanting to raise funds to support their endeavor, proposed to the city that the library would maintain restrooms open to the public for a fee of $30 per month. It would basically cost the city $1 a day for public restrooms. That plan eventually failed for a number of reasons, so the ladies of the association began holding 10-cent teas as a fundraiser. That really didn't fare any better than the restroom idea, and as the years wore on, a library seemed to be nothing more than a dream for the city. Until someone pointed out that the steel tycoon, multimillionaire, and philanthropist Andrew Carnegie was giving away money to build libraries all around the country. You see, Andrew Carnegie was convinced of and committed to the notion that education was life's key. He was confident in the power of public access to information. Early in life, he learned by studying at the local library in Allegheny City, Pennsylvania. It was an experience he never forgot and which motivated his campaign of worldwide library building. Although the actual numbers vary depending on the source, Carnegie built a total of 2,811 libraries in all, and he earned the nickname the patron saint of libraries. Of these, the vast majority were located in the United States, with at least one in every state except Rhode Island. There were 660 in Britain and Ireland, and 156 in Canada. A handful of libraries were also scattered in places like New Zealand, the West Indies, and even Fiji. He spent over $41 million on libraries in the U.S. alone. Very few cities that requested a grant to build a library and agreed to his terms were refused. Nearly all of Carnegie's libraries were built according to the Carnegie formula, which required a matching fund from the city receiving the grant. According to the requirements, the city had to first demonstrate a need for a public library, then provide a suitable building site, and then annually provide 10% of the cost of the library's construction to support the operation. The city of Jefferson applied for a Carnegie grant, and after some consideration, it finally came through. The Carnegie Foundation would give the city $7,500 for a library. On April 15, 1907, a bid was accepted from contractor J.F. Berry of Morris County to build the new library at a cost of $8,750. Locally raised funds, added to the grant from Andrew Carnegie, made possible one of the cornerstones of Jefferson's culture and history, its public library. When it was first opened, the bottom floor was used to house the book collection, and the upstairs was a meeting room that was first known as the auditorium, but eventually was called the Old Opera House. In 1949, the books were moved upstairs, and the Jefferson Historical Society and Museum took over the bottom floor, where they would be in operation until 1965. The structure even served the community as a schoolhouse on 2 occasions, both in the 1940s and again in 1959, when school buildings were destroyed by fire. Classes were temporarily held in the library. In 1966, the Texas Historical Commission designated the Jefferson Carnegie Library as a recorded Texas historic landmark, and it was entered in the National Register of Historic Places by the Department of the Interior in 1971. Today, Jefferson's Carnegie Library is one of only a handful of operating Carnegie libraries in the state of Texas. Only those in Ballinger, Bryan, Franklin, Stamford, and Jefferson retain their original use. Most of the Carnegie Library buildings in the state have either been torn down or converted to other uses. In Jefferson, the Carnegie Library is still a keystone of the community and hosts events such as author lectures, a children's reading program, holiday programs, adult continuing education, and more. A major renovation was done to the library several years ago that added an elevator for handicap accessibility, a full catering kitchen upstairs, and that made the second-floor ballroom available to rent for events. It has beautiful arched windows, oak flooring, along with other historic features. The room is 3,600 square feet, seats 200 people, and can be configured for banquet, hors d'oeuvre, or theater seating. Contact the Jefferson Carnegie Library for rental information. One of the driving forces behind the library is the Friends of the Carnegie Library organization, which provides about a third of the library's operation budget every year. For many years, every 4th of July, the ladies of the community bake cakes and pies to be auctioned off to raise money for the children's reading program at the library. Those cakes and pies have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars, with bidding wars breaking out in the process of a fun-spirited good time, with all the money going to benefit the library. An annual charity golf tournament is hosted by the Friends organization every year to benefit the library as well. It's a full day of fun on the links for a very worthy cause. The Friends of the Carnegie Library continue to be active year-round to raise money to help in the day-to-day operation. The library is truly a repository of knowledge, education, and entertainment in the city of Jefferson. While you're in town, be sure to stop by the Jefferson Carnegie Library and take a look around. I think Mr. Carnegie would be proud. For more information on the library and its current events, check out their website, jeffersoncarnegielibrary.org. We'd also appreciate a like for this video by clicking on the thumbs up underneath, and if you'd like to be notified when more Jefferson, Texas videos are posted, click on the red subscribe button below. Thanks for watching.